What's up, bros and hoes, whatever floats you go? It's your boy Relentless, and today I'm bringing you another video of what I call the love and hate of the division. As you can see above, you can follow me on Twitter for all updates, information on upcoming giveaways, and any kind of information, topics, Q&As, whatever you may like. So be sure to follow me at RelentlessRG on Twitter. But let's dive right into this. Some people love to hate on the division, and other people's hate to love the division. And to be quite honest, the way things have been going, I'm at like a 50-50 standpoint. Um, Now, I see the potential of the game. I love the game. I love playing it. Sometimes I do get frustrated, and I need just to take a deep breath, step back, maybe game on something else, and then come back to it, just because of the way the RNG is going, and then just because of the way more or less the PTS that's currently going on 1.6 is so frustrating to more or less watch. Yes, things are going in the right direction, but it seems like every streamer that I tune into, they are doing absolutely nothing but using more or less the same builds over and over and over and playing nothing but the last stand. I mean, come on. This is a PTS. You're supposed to be checking out all functions and all aspects of the game. Granted, with the debacle of the first part of the 1.6 PTS, with things being not quite, I should say, in its right place, and just cluster fudge, um, and certain things couldn't be tested out properly, such as the Hilder and the air, but that's got straightened out. The Seeker Mine is no more. Um, and now it seems like we've taken 4 steps forward, and now we're taking 3 steps back. All the changes that they did in previous 1.5, as far as having to have armor on all mods and on chest piece, backpack, knee pads, and holster, and now we're taking a step back. They removed crit chance off SMGs, and now crit chance is back. So it's like, if I had hair, I just would want to pull it out. I mean, something's got to give. I mean, for those of you that are out there playing the PTS, and if you're anything like me, I am bored and tired of watching the same streamers play The Last Stand over and over and over. Go into the actual regular DZ without normalization and test out your builds. Test out numerous different builds using different weapons, different weapon types, go through the attachments, all the mechanics on every single skill, regardless whether you like to use them or not, or ever used them before. At least test out all aspects of the PTS. Because as of right now, the people that are playing the PTS, I love you all, and there are actually a very few. There's a handful that actually are doing this, but the rest of them, they're, pardon my French, but half-assing it. You're supposed to be, checking everything out, all aspects of it, weapons, talents, how cohesive that they work and entwine with one another, trying to find out broken mechanics, where there are glitch spots. I mean, there are things in the current 1.5 that need to be addressed that hasn't been addressed yet. The delayed heals, constantly plague, the DZ as it currently states. I don't know if that's been addressed or not, or even will be addressed, but there's still minor things that need to be adjusted and fixed before, you add and just cause another cluster fudge of things by just adding on top of it and just sticking band-aids on the rest. It's about not maintenance but a lasting and preventative maintenance. It's not about just fixing it, but more or less fixing it so that way in the future you won't need to. It's just like in the world of medicine. You just don't go to the doctor only when you hurt. That's why there's checkups in between hands, so that way you can have preventative medicine. You can take the steps that you need to do in order for you to remain healthy, to remain stable, and then if something else happens, God forbid, that you have to go, your body's in better shape to adjust to whatever happening, and you actually heal faster. And that's what I'm looking at in the current state of the division. Like I said, this game has so much potential, but it's too much, taking steps forward and then falling back. It's like they're not knowing exactly what to do. I'm glad they're trying out new things and trying to bring more extra content into the game, but it's like, you know, it's just the same old endless vicious cycle. They only implement new things in there to kind of keep it, new, interesting, and refreshing. And that is great, but yet when you introduce new things to already broken mechanics and other broken things, you're just compounding the situation. Now, this is by no means a complete trash talk or bashing of anybody at Massive or Ubisoft, but things need to get together, and all the devs need to get together and get this thing straightened out, because I'm just afraid that when 1.6 comes out, we're going to be met with the same things that we're currently having issues with now. Um, Ghost Recon Wildlands is coming out. Horizon Zero Dawn will be out. All these other games, and I do not want to see this game fall off to the wayside. Its core hardcore players will remain the same regardless. What takes place and what happens in the division. But if you're going to bring back, the massive that once played this game, and this community is exploding and blowing up, which is, it still is to an extent, just not as much as it was at one time, just because of the frustration people have. you know I understand that the drop rates are supposed to be low on certain gear, such as the Barrett's chest piece and whatnot. But when it's too low and seems to be more or less impossible, and you've done Ren the Incursion 100 times and still have nothing. Like, I'm a constant PvPer. I'm in the Dark Zone 24/7. I have yet to get a Tommy gun. I run Lexington twice to get a Barrett's chest piece, and there's people out there that's up to 100, 150 times and still never got it. I've never gotten a showstopper. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. But RNG does play a factor. Still, we have really no 256 blueprints of anything, and plain and simple, the RNG just absolutely sucks balls. And I'm praying, you know, if you're thinking along the same lines as I am, fix the things that need to be fixed before adding things onto it and just compounding the situation. Before you throw things into the PTS, check, double check. It's like the saying go, measure twice, cut once. So if the PTS is actually the cut, then measure twice. Make sure your figures, your numbers, the coding is up to par, and actually do a soft test before actually implementing a PTS to invite players in. And there needs to be not just a random pool of players invited into the PTS, because we want actual honest feedback, actual people going in there and testing out all mechanics in all situations, regardless whether they like running those builds, whether they ever run those builds before. There are some great minds out there that can accomplish this, but a lot of people just want to find out what things are broken and exploit it until the next week, and then so therefore the whole previous week is just out the window and was just a big waste of time. But yeah, this is just my little love-hate rant. I know you guys out there, as I've seen on social media and different platforms such as Facebook and Reddit and then the Ubisoft forums, it seems like things are moving in the right direction. But like I said, don't take 4 steps forward and 2 steps back. If these things were implemented long before we had to roll armor on every freaking thing, then we wouldn't be in this mess. When you took off crit hit chance from SMGs, now we're back to having crit chance on SMGs, which is, I thoroughly love that idea. I was an advocate of that idea. But it has so much potential. I'm a Division lover. I'm going to keep grinding this game. I'm going to keep grinding other games as well. And I just hope, through this process that the people that are actually playing the PTS will actually stop and think, instead of just out there having fun and playing nothing but Last Stand. But I'm sorry, after you see, 10 or 12 matches of Last Stand and get to know the mechanics of it and things are working right or whatnot, move on to something else. There's no point in spending 5 or 6 hour streams per day playing the same thing over and over and over. Get out there and do your job, the reason why you are allowed to be on the PTS, and test out everything in the game, whether it be in the LZ, the DZ, the incursions, whatever the case may be. But that's that's all for my rant. I appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget the giveaway that's coming up. We're only like 5 or 6 subs away, and the full game of Ghost Recon Wildlands will be given away. Also, in turn to that, there is an upcoming big, I mean, huge giveaway. And I'll give you more details. I'll give you a little hint. As in the division, and it's division related, the watches that the agents use, I have actually acquired quite a few of them, and I'll be giving away them in a special giveaway that'll be coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. And if you're excited to get your hands on an actual replica of a division watch that you see actually in the game, then be sure to hit that thumbs up button and keep following the channel. I appreciate all you guys' support. We are officially affiliates with Social Blade and Control Freak. So thank you so much, and we'll see you guys fudging later.
I got broads in Atlanta, she's the lean, the family, credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the van.